Alan and I are here in Colorado. We're headed up to Pikes Peak today. They're having some construction up at the very top, so I guess we can drive up to a certain point and then we have to get on a shuttle to go up to the very top. It is a beautiful day in Colorado today. It's supposed to be about 30 degrees colder up at the peak. I did not bring my warmest jacket. I just have like a thin puffer, but hopefully it's enough. And we're not really doing any hiking, just getting out and enjoying the views.
So we are in our new car, our Volvo XC90, which we drove 16 hours, no, not 16, 14 and a half hours, 15 hours,
exit right to exit 141,
over from Houston to Colorado Springs. And so yeah, it was a beautiful drive, nice car to take on a nice road trip. So yeah, really excited about that.
It's a very comfortable car for a road trip. These seats, the front and driver and passenger seats are completely like customizable. You can change the lumbar support, the length of the cushion. At one point I turned on my seat warmers because I was cold. You can turn on the seat coolers. At one point it was almost lay flat. Like it's a really cool car. So anyway, we'll show you Pikes Peak when we get there.
Guys, so we are now here. We just entered into the Pikes Peak Scenic Drive. Well, actually, they're doing construction at the summit, so they're running shuttles up and down from mile 13 and mile 16. So this entire scenic drive is 19 miles total, and so they're requiring masks to be on the shuttles. And so the other thing that they reminded us to do is on the way up, they recommend to turn off the AC because you are going up from 8,000 feet all the way to 14,000 feet, so it's quite a climb, and so your car may overheat, so they recommend just turning off your AC, so less strain on your engine. And then also on the way down, they recommend obviously to engage your low gears, your sport mode, to be able to be in first and second gears, so that way you'll save your brakes.
So we have made it to, this is around mile 10 of the Pikes Peak Highway. And we pulled off to the first real pull off and walked down a bit just to take a look at the lake down there. And then I think that way is the reservoir. It's really pretty, very different from the landscape back home in Houston. And that was the whole point of taking this trip. Yeah, we're just enjoying nature, and there's no real itinerary to this trip. But we're just enjoying the outdoors.
The air up here is definitely thinner for sure, but it smells different than in Houston, the big city.
It smells good.
Yeah, and actually, did you even realize that there was snow up there?
Yeah,
there's still some snow up here in the mountains. Yeah, it's probably like 65 degrees up here. So like Melissa was saying, down below in Colorado Springs, it's probably like almost 80. So up here is probably going to be probably like 45 or 50. So yeah, let's keep going up.
So we just got to mile 13. This is where they are now doing road construction, and we have to park our car and take a shuttle all the way to the peak.
I think we can also go to mile 16, but I don't know. We'll see what the lady says.
We're almost at the top of Pikes Peak, and our chips look like they need a little needle burst.
Wow, look at that. But yeah, so we're here at mile 16, the lot 16 parking lot, and we're gonna take a shuttle up from here. Masks are required, so from here 3 miles up to the top of the summit. Made it up to the summit, face mask included on the shuttle. The shuttle driver was super nice. They have a hill climb race every year on Pikes Peak, and our shuttle driver actually races in that, so pretty cool. Unfortunately, he was telling us that last year a motorcyclist who was racing, coming around a corner at 100 plus miles an hour, unfortunately lost his life on this corner down here. So yeah, no more motorcycles on that. But now we're gonna go in the visitor center. You see all the construction up here. They're actually building a new summit house. So all this construction all around here. So they're building a new visitor center up here. So this is the old visitor center. We walked a little bit down from the visitor center up there. The summit is up there. So we walked down a little bit to this little section. There's a little trail, and then we just cut across. And actually it's really pretty down here. I am actually here on top of Pikes Peak. A beautiful day, and the beautiful thing about what we do as real estate investors is we have flexibility with time and where we want to work and where we want to go. The biggest thing about real estate is having that flexibility with your time, because time is the most precious commodity that we all have, because no matter what, time keeps marching forward, right? So you have to make the best of your time, the most effective use of your time. We're still working, don't get me wrong. This trip out here, we're still going to be working during the middle of the day, at night, in the beginning of the morning, things like that. But we get to be out here and enjoy nature, and that's what I think is so amazing about what we do. Yes, we're still managing everything going on back home, but yeah, we just are blessed to be able to get out here and have that flexibility. So yeah, so we're just gonna enjoy up here for a little bit, and then yeah, we'll check it back with you guys in a little bit later.
Pikes Peak is awesome. Views, like today is a great clear day, so we can see as far as the Rockies, which I assume is that mountain range over in the distance.
Melissa, you've been here before in the winter, right?
Yeah. Couldn't see anything. I mean, it was just all white, so it looks very different now.
Well, you took the railway up here.
Uh-huh.
Made it back to parking lot at mile 16, and we took a little stroll up to the top of this little outcropping. If you go up there, you can go down and get a pretty cool view of the road as it kind of snakes its way up the mountain. So it's actually pretty cool. A little bit hard to breathe up here still. Super hard to breathe from the elevation, but I think we both passed our COVID test. We are still okay. Another tip that our shuttle driver on the way down. And by the way, these shuttle drivers are so nice. They're really cool. They point out little things on the side, kind of like little tour guides. But he was pointing out that in Colorado, it's best to do things in the morning, because in the mountains, clouds and rain start like that. That's wind. Clouds and rain and everything kind of starts around like 1 or 2 o'clock. So it's best to do everything kind of in the morning. So that's what we're gonna do, is try to do a lot of stuff in the morning. And then, yeah, take it easy in the afternoon back at the hotel.
We have to do work in the afternoons.
True.
So that's works out just fine.
Yeah, works perfect for us. And now we are getting back in the car and head down. And just FYI, they do brake checks on the way down at mile 13. So make sure you use your lower gears so you don't overheat your brakes.
So we've gotten back down to mile 13, and they're doing a mandatory brake check. It looks like they have a temperature gun. We should be okay because we've been in first gear, but this is a nice little safety precaution they've provided. first gear more than second.
We'll go for 1 hour, then we come back down.
We're all good.
So they have a limit of 300 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're exceeding that, then they make you kind of just hang out here, wait for your brakes to cool down. We were at 217, so well under the limit.
We just got to Garden of the Gods. It's right here in Colorado Springs. As you can see, there's this beautiful red rock formation, which I think you'll see throughout Colorado. But we're meeting my friend Amanda and her husband and her baby here. I haven't seen her since she was pregnant, but she moved to Colorado Springs over a year ago. And yeah, this will be the first time I've seen her since she had a baby. We've now come back to Garden of the Gods. It's an hour before sunset, and the sun is still pretty high in the sky. But anyway, so High Point, as the name probably tells you, you get like a vantage point of everything. So that's an iconic part of Garden of the Gods. But then you get to look down on old Colorado City, and then there's like this vast open area. It's very pretty.
And also back behind the parking lot over there, back that way, is Pikes Peak.
Actually, this is
So
Pikes
yeah,
Peak.
this over there, it's kind of hidden behind the clouds, but so yeah, if it was completely clear, you could see Pikes Peak from this vantage point too. So yeah, earlier this afternoon we just hung out back at the hotel, just kind of did a little bit of work, just hung out, relaxed a little bit, then went out to dinner at 4 by Brother Luck, the Brothers Luck, which the chef there has been on like multiple like TV shows like Beat Bobby Flay, and actually did Beat Bobby Flay, and so yeah, on Chopped and other like Food Network shows. So yeah, really good in actual downtown Colorado Springs, which is really cute, by the way. And we did see a little like protest going on, but it was very peaceful in the middle of the square there. So yeah, so you know, everything that's been going on. But yeah, let's go check out more spots in Garden of the Gods.
I don't know what part of the park this is, but there's a very tiny parking lot. Not even a parking lot, just a pull-off. But look at the view. I think this is where we walked earlier. But
So
you can
down
see-
there is called the Central Garden, but so if you loop around to the top, this is where, yeah, you get an overlook of all these cool structures.
We're here at Balancing Rock. You can drive right up to it, park right here. I don't need to explain the name, but it's pretty cool.
All right, and so that is the end of our first day here, first full day here in Colorado, and on our COVID road trip, I guess is what we're gonna name this. But yeah, Colorado first day so far, Pikes Peak and Garden of the Gods here in Colorado Springs. Incredibly beautiful, and the weather is just beautiful.
Awesome. It's nice to not be hot.
Yeah, not hot, not humid. It's nice and dry out here.
Yeah.
Dry enough that Melissa has to go get some hand lotion now. So with that, good night, and make sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button. It really helps us. So yeah, thanks.
Bye.